This is Chris with Dive Zone Scuba for another technical diving tips, techniques, and trips video.
Hello divers, thanks for joining me today. One of the things that we occasionally see is that divers acquire a new tank band, or perhaps their tank band becomes loose and they have to re-thread it. And sometimes this process does not go well and can result in the tank slipping in the BCD or the single tank adapter. So this is going to be a quick video on how to thread the most common type of tank cam band. Alright, so of course this again will differ depending upon what specific tank band that you have and what style buckle you have. Some of the buckles actually have little numbers somewhere on the buckle, either on the under part here or perhaps on the side here, that will give you a little bit of a clue how to thread these. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to thread this particular type to illustrate how it can be done. So the first step is to take the loose end of the webbing and to put it through the slot that is marked 1. So that is actually where this wire is, this wire buckle part is, and so we're going to go through that first. And then if you look on the back side, there's a number 2 right here. So what we're going to do is, with the strap on this side, we're going to feed it through the number 2 slot. Okay, next we have a 3 right here, and we're going to put the buckle or the strap through that one. And we're going to end up on this side. Alright, so now at this point, what some people do is they take the strap and they put it through the slot that says number 4 here, and then they close the buckle. Sometimes when you do this, it's not quite tight enough. Okay, so there's another way that you can do this. Prior to feeding it through the last spar where it says number 4, you can actually pull it tight like this and then actually start the cam action, and then once you've got it at about a 90-degree angle, you can put the tail end of the webbing through there, and now you can get the tank band really tight. Yeah, there. And again, you put the tail back down on the Velcro. Alright, so one of the other things you see comes up occasionally is, should I wet my tank band before I actually put my tank on to make it tight? So two things: if you have your tank band tightened properly, that can minimize the need to have your tank strap wet. But the other thing is, some of the materials that tank bands are made out of stretch quite a bit once they get wet. So you're going to have to determine if your tank band is actually one of those. And I actually have tank bands like that, and so what I'll have to do is I'll have to wet the tank band and then adjust the buckle and then close the tank band. Now, when the tank band then dries, if I were to try to close the tank band, I wouldn't be able to close it because now it's too tight. Okay, so the only solution with tank bands made out of that kind of material is if you actually wet it before you close the tank band. Otherwise, no matter how much you try to tighten it, once it gets wet, it's going to become loose and can actually release depending on what type of tank band buckle it actually has on there.
This is Chris with Dive Zone Scuba. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.